Y'all should just expect it at this point. I don't even know when I come back. But when I do, it's a happy day. Fallout 4 is the story of a New York man in Boston. Don't worry, it gets worse. Because you decided to wear a Yankees cap to a Red Sox game. The Bostonians were so petty that they hired the Instagram egg to kill your wife and take your child. I don't know what I was expecting putting the game on very hard, but very hard is in fact very hard. But on top of it being very hard, I decided to try using only melee weapons. And I failed at that fantastically. We got Dogmeat on deck, tracking the egg's scent. We don't know where this man went. The trail led past a bridge, and we found some cancer patients, which we decided to bully. After fighting the ghouls, I came across a scene in which an assaultron truly did get assaulted. I found some clues that would lead me to the culprit, and I was on my way. I killed 2 boat flies, couldn't collect one of their corpses, so I gave up and went to Fort Hagen. I went through the side of the building because I saw that there was a couple turrets and I was not ready to fight them, especially with melee weapons because you gotta get close. But the Autobot rejects started shooting and I wasn't having none of it, which is why I took them apart piece by piece. I made it into Fort Hagen where I saw 2 synths. I defeated said synths, and then a turret. I tried getting a multi-kill, but these 2 synths came out of nowhere. Like, I'm talking, I don't know where they came from, but they killed me. I got back to where I was at, but that wasn't gonna change the outcome of the battle. I had to become gay. After I dismantled Dr. Robotnik's friends, I went and got my own. But it wasn't what I was expecting. I got stuck.
Oh my god, stop bro, I'm stuck. Can you help me?
So I had to do all of that again. I got tired of these red ribbon rejects the second I went in. I had to hit them where it hurt. The head, the arm, the crotch, wherever. I needed any advantage I could get. And I died. As long as these robotic fucks stay living, I cannot rest in peace. I needed to see all of them rest in pieces. I made my way deeper into the complex until I found a lonely little turret. Remember when I said I wanted it to be a melee playthrough? I didn't follow through with that. So I decided to make my life even more difficult and not get any gun perks.
Hello, SpongeBob's house. SpongeBob speaking.
I'm over here stroking my dick.
I kept moving forward through the complex, throwing balls that explode at anything that moved. Turrets can't stop me. Robots can't stop me. No one will stop me except death. But every time I die, I come back stronger. So am I really dying? As I was moving forward, I was looting as well. Tyrone taught me well. I took a lone synth out the census and I kept it pushing. His friends were also unlucky enough to cross my path. I hit the most devious lick. I took their batteries. No machine was going to stop me from my goal. And I found the egg. I confronted the man. And I told him shit ain't sweet. And I started blasting. I went for his cranium, his fucking gluteus hedomus. My health went down. These synths went down. And I also went down. But he wasn't going down. And instead I did. But we somehow got him in the end. However, we were out of leads. With nowhere to turn, we went to Diamond City. But don't let the name fool you. The only jewels in that city were the family ones. You will find yourself needing to go to Good Neighbor. And let me tell you, You don't want to go there. But going to Good Neighbor isn't the bad part. It was that I got lost. So while I'm trying to find the entrance, I'ma spit some trivia real quick. Good Neighbor is located near the red light district of Boston. It's the place where you find brothels and adult-rated movies. But the red light district in Boston has changed. So if you had high hopes in going there, then I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you gotta find someplace else. But anyway, I got one shot by a raider. Not even a legendary one, just a regular ass raider. How I got one shot, I don't know. I found the entrance to Good Neighbor, and not 1 second in, and someone already wants to die because they don't understand that I'm a reality warping human who can reverse time. But before I could do anything, Captain Jack Sparrow takes care of it for me. And like any Bethesda game, something stupid happens.
Threat eliminated.
I'm not buying that. We come in peace, malarkey.
Here we go.
Sick.
I made it to Dr. Amari, and I see Nick spitting game at a grandma, a true guilt slayer. I talked to Dr. Amari, and there was a way for us to get a clue on how to get into the Institute. And it was by hooking up a piece of Kellogg's brain into Nick. That way we could see how they get into the Institute.
I love to kiss people in the neck, and I love to get kissed in the neck. It's...
Then wake up! Get your ass up!
Man.
They use teleportation to get in, but we're no closer to finding how they do it. There was a scientist that escaped the Institute. His name is Virgil, and we need his help to get inside the Institute. But the problem is, he's in the glowing sea, a place filled with radiation. But before traveling to the glowing sea, it is recommended that you get a fast traveling point near it, but not on it, to make your lives easier. The journey ahead was not perilous. I saw a blood bug munching on some cow tits and I wanted no part of it. I bolted. He chased after me. However, this motherfucker forgot I don't skip leg day. I found a fast traveling point that's near the glowing sea, and then I went back to Sanctuary. Got into my power armor and headed straight for the glowing sea. As I was heading deeper and deeper into the glowing sea, I saw a couple of blood bugs that I wanted to avoid because they were just annoying. But Nick, being Nick, went and started fighting said blood bugs. I had to help him out. The fight was over and I hated every second of it. As I headed in deeper, I saw a Deathclaw and headed the opposite direction. However, in the opposite direction, there was a rad scorpion that popped out of the ground, and I bolted. If the difficulty was normal, I would have stayed and fought, but very hard would just be a waste of bullets and time. I made it to the crater. Inside of it, there was already a civilization established called the Children of Adam. I spoke to one of them, and they gave me directions to where Virgil was at. When I was making my way to Virgil's cave, I got ambushed by 2 rat scorpions. I lost one, the other one was following me still. I was about to lose it when 2 stingwings came out of nowhere and wanted to fight. So I gave them just what they wanted. Their deaths. Pew. I was outside of Virgil's cave when a Deathclaw appeared out of nowhere. And I fought it too. I was not gonna survive for very long if I fought a Deathclaw toe to toe. So what I did was get the high ground and shot at it. But the fight doesn't matter because at the end this man ran away and wasted my goddamn time. I made it inside Virgil's cave, fought his turrets, and spoke to the Green Goblin himself. We explained to him the situation and he reluctantly decides to help us. What we need now is a Courser chip to get inside the Institute. It's not a hard task, all you have to do is kill one of them. I made my way to Green Tech Genetics when I saw the sight before me. A lot of gunners dead. The Courser was here. As I made my way up, the only thing I could hear was the courser demolishing the gunners. There were a few stragglers, but I took care of them. The hardest part about fighting the gunners was this one gunner in particular. I was fighting a gunner, and the next thing I knew, I was flying across the map like some R. Kelly song started playing. I tried a second time, and the same thing happened, but this time I knew who it was. A gunner with a rocket launcher. Now, it's personal. The third time I fought them, his comrades were not a match for me, and he wasn't either. That's why he's 6 feet under and I'm still breathing. The thing that pisses me off about coursers is that they go invisible, meaning I can't use VATS, and that is essential for my build. Every time I fight an enemy like that, I hate them with every fiber of my being. I defeated the courier, freed a synth, but now I need to get the chip decoded. And the only faction in the game that can help us decode the chip is the railroad. But let me explain factions before anything else. Factions basically help you decide which ending you want to get. You want to get the good ending, go to this faction. Bad ending, this other faction. But in this one, Bethesda was so lazy they only gave us 2. Destroy the Institute or don't. We get 4 factions: the Minutemen, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Railroad, and the Institute. I found the Railroad hiding underground. Funny thing is, they weren't black. There was only one black person there, and their name was Tom. But Tom helped me decode the chip, and I was grateful. I went to Virgil. He gave me the blueprints of a machine that I would need to build to get inside the Institute. One problem: I need other factions to help me. So I joined the Railroad, and I got a legendary weapon. But other than that, there was not much to it. Here's some action clips though.
The terminal's on at least. I'm gonna feed it some passwords.
This is my kingdom come.
I started building the machine, however I needed a couple of parts, and oh my god! The biometric scanner and the fucking military grade circuit board were a bitch to find. I'm telling you right here, right now, I could find a girlfriend faster than I could find this stupid shit.
Hello.
When you first step into the Institute, the first person you see is your son, who's an old man.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking.
Oh look, a mission. Oh, you want another location? It's a fucking fort in the middle of the ocean. It's the farthest thing on my map. There is nothing farther than this. Have you seen the times I've died? Here's a couple of clips, just to show you how much of a fucking shit show it was to get there. Just to get there.
You are still merely a man. However, I, mired in endless pain, have matured and become much more than a man. Yes, I've grown from a man to a god.
What the hell?
Oh shit, here we go again.
As soon as I get there, I meet my courier. And then he gets shot up by the police. Let me rest. Get off my dick. Let me move forward with this mission. As soon as they stopped shooting him, I proceeded with my mission. I captured the synth, killed myself, recaptured the synth, and went back to the Institute. The next mission I got from the Institute was to go to Bunker Hill and retrieve some synths to weaken the railroad. I breezed through it, therefore making it a good mission. After I'd retrieved the synths, I went and talked to Sean. But the prick didn't like my joke. Now I think he has a stick up his ass. And then I got dripped out to attend the board meeting. At the board meeting, they discussed how to get the beryllium agitator before the Brotherhood of Steel to make our power self-sufficient. But I always prepare before I go someplace, and that's exactly what I did. As soon as I got there, I started blasting. I started unloading clips, magazines. I committed sins. I committed crimes against humanity. They couldn't even get PTSD because there were no survivors.
Bang. 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 Bang.
We made it to the structure that was holding the beryllium agitator. I got the agitator, right? And I triggered the alarm. It was the worst mistake of my life. I had to fight a fucking sentry bot. Not just that, but 2 assaultrons. 1 is bad enough, but 2? Y'all could have given me a chance. Like, what the fuck is this?
You stay the fuck back or I'll laser you, goddammit! I'll laser every fucking one of you!
I somehow defeated them out of pure luck, and when I did, I got out of the building as fast as possible.
P1, sit down like a normal person.
Am I a normal person, Miss Bryant? No! I'm black.
It's almost hard to believe. After all those years of hard work, here we are.
Happy to be here, Dr. Fillmore. I hope I do the position justice.
I'm sure you will. The Directorate has agreed that the Brotherhood of Steel needs to be eliminated.
It's us at risk, but inaction could be deadly.
And yet, as a leader, you must make those hard choices.
Take care of them.
Good. Good.
My next task was to destroy the railroad, and compared to the Brotherhood, they were so much easier. You have no idea. After getting rid of the railroad, the next one on the list was... the Brotherhood. However, the Brotherhood was a really big organization. To match them, I would need a lot of supplies. Thank God I got them, though. When I relayed in, I tried to play it off cool. However, I don't know if they have fucking X-ray vision, but as soon as I stepped 1 foot into their base, I got shot on sight. So I started bolting to a place where there wasn't that many soldiers, and I took down a couple. And then I took down the generator along with a couple. I did the same thing with the second generator. I tried using a rocket launcher to destroy the third generator, however, only explosions seemed to work against this force of nature. Now all that was left is to infect Liberty Prime with the virus. But to get to Liberty Prime, we would have to demolish the entirety of the Brotherhood of Steel. And that's no easy task, especially in very hard. I somehow did it. I destroyed the entirety of the Brotherhood of Steel, and now we got ourselves some really pretty fireworks. After that, I spoke to Sean. He dies.
You need to look ahead. Focus on the future.
And the game ends. Fallout 4 holds a very special place in my heart, because it's the very first Fallout game that I've ever played. So I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.